All right, so the big myth about partner dancing is that what exactly is the ultimate question here? Do I make my partner do things, or do I just have to wait for the right signal to know exactly what actually to do? The dance happening to me? Am I being part of the dance, or am I just being adult? You have a bunch of questions when it comes to partner dancing, right? But in Kizomba, this is where there's this, dynamic pretty much shift, right? Where it's like, it's not about an argument where you do your thing, I do my thing, but now it becomes more of a conversation. And here in Kizomba, I like to say that we are a lead/follow, you are follow/lead. This simply means that as a lead, I initiate an intention, but my follow's reactions is what's gonna lead me into my next step. And vice versa, if I'm a follow, the dance is not happening to me. I'm actively part of the dance by realizing that my reaction is what's gonna lead my lead to keep on dancing on and on and on. Hence the meaning of staying connected. How do we keep the flow going? Flany, what do you think?
Yes, I totally agree with you, Mike. And I think that if you're dancing with a follow the same way you dance with your previous follow, there's something wrong in there, because people are different. People, they will react differently to what you are going to lead. And so in order to have that conversation that Mike was talking about, you need to be able to better connect with your follow or your lead and have that exchange between the two of you.
What does it actually mean to stay connected? All right, so Flany and I will actually walk you through a few exercises. If you've never danced before, this is the perfect place for you. If you already danced before, well, welcome back. All right, so we'll start off with some few exercises so you understand the concept of what is it to stay connected, a little bit of games with it, and then we'll see how we move along with it, how we stay connected with what your partner.
And these are exercises that are great no matter your level. I always go back to it. I'm sure that Mike also always goes back to this type of exercise. It just enables you to go back to the roots and make sure that you're able to exercise that connection muscle. So the first exercise we're going to do is an exercise to really understand what connection means and what it feels like. Okay, so you're going to find a partner. The person doesn't need to know how to dance to be able to do that. You're going to place your hands against each other, and then you're going to choose one person who's going to be leading and one person who's going to be following. So in this occasion, we'll have Mike lead and I will be following. And the goal here is to move the lead to move their hands and the follow to maintain that connection. So let me show you what it means if I am not following and I'm not connecting with Mike. He's gonna start moving and then he loses me. Or I go a little bit too fast, I'm oversensitive. Or another thing that could happen is that he's doing something, but then I'm pushing and I'm trying to take over and control this, right? Here. So the goal is really not to put too much force into it, to maintain that touch that you have and then keep going. As a lead, if you feel that you're losing your partner, that's when that conversation piece is coming back, because it means you need to change something in the way you're moving.
Yes, so when it comes to this exercise of partner dancing, is if I'm a lead, my goal is not to rush into things, all right? My mindset is not, I'm trying to trick my partner, but my actual mindset is a level of patience. I'm trying to communicate something. If I'm going up, I'm not shooting up, all right? My actual goal is not to shoot up and then she has to catch up. Exactly, see how she react. My actual goal is, how can I communicate it? How can I have her come with me? And then if I speed up because she already got used to coming with actually me, now I can change the level of speed, I can slow down, I can communicate. It won't matter. All right, so now that you have a clear understanding of, okay, how do I stay connected with actually my partner? How do I not rush into things? Now the question is, how do we practice it? A good exercise that I can give for both lead and follows is switching roles. This is one of those things where it doesn't matter if you're a dancer or not, we all know how to use hands. It's the first thing that we learn how to use even when we're kids, right? So the good exercise that I can give, the first one is, we're going to switch role. It's my turn to be a lead, it's Flany's turn to be a lead, and vice versa. But then during the actual practice, this is one thing that I love to do, is have the lead try to spell something for the other person. What exactly it does is that if I'm spelling something for me, it's on my hand. But if I have to pay attention to create the F for me, Flany, but I have to make it F so Flany can actually read it. So now as a lead, my mindset is no longer I'm thinking about myself. I'm always thinking about how can my partner understand this.
Changing roles is very important because it gives you that level of understanding that you won't have if you don't do it. Oftentimes, leads do not necessarily understand what it takes to be a follower, and followers also don't understand what it takes to be a lead. So by exchanging those roles in connection exercises, it really opens your eyes and enables you to be a little bit more empathetic, but also to understand what makes a great lead and a great follower.
That was our first introduction, just to understanding what exactly is happening with, like how exactly do we stay connected. A quick tip I'll give you guys, Flany doesn't have to know about it, is that that's one of those exercises where you're being aware of the person in front of you. And this is what comes with partner dancing. You're aware of the person that is actually in front of you. But in order for you to be aware of that person in front of you, you also have to be aware of your own body. And this is a walking dance, right? If I'm walking, all exactly I'm doing, I'm shifting my balance from one side to the other in order for my foot to be able to walk. And how do we shift our balance? And this is one thing that Flany will cover after. We just understand where your core is, how to engage your core, how to engage your friend. But me, I'm just not going to talk about it just in general.